Alright, what's up everyone? It's Reckless Fox here again, and this is now the spoiler review of Batman vs Superman. Now, if you haven't seen part 1, please make sure to watch part 1 before you watch this. Also, if you haven't watched the movie yet, do not watch this. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds, so that way you can go actually watch the spoiler-free version, not spoiler-free version, spoiler-free review of Batman vs Superman. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're gonna talk about it. For those of you who watched the movie, I'm pretty sure there were things that annoyed you, such as what annoyed me the most was the dream sequences. There are 2 dream sequences that happen in the movie, and both of them come from Batman, in which Batman, one was a jump scare actually. Batman goes to his parents' graves. Actually, they actually have a mausoleum instead this time, and I think it was Martha or Thomas, one of his parents, one of mom and dad. Blood started coming out of their tombstones, and a giant bat comes out. Right. The next dream was, if you guys remember the commercials in which it looks like a steampunk Batman fighting like the Superman army, and he's like straight up killing folks. That's also a dream sequence too, in which Superman comes down, rips the mask off, and see that it's Bruce Wayne, it's Batman. That's a dream sequence as well, and then it propels into another dream sequence in which, well, the first one, Superman kills the other 2 guys that are with Batman, and then punches a hole through Batman's chest. But then Bruce Wayne wakes up, and this time it's like some dude comes out of like a vortex. He's like, "Lois is the key. You must save Lois Lane," and stuff like that. Which made no sense. But my hypothesis is that it was Flash, and it just made no sense because it felt out of place. Like, I can understand that scene, the scene alone where Flash looks like he's like trying to like leave the vortex, but like getting pulled back and whatnot. I can understand that was like an epilogue or like a post-credit scene, because it didn't fit. It didn't fit at all with the actual movie. It didn't fit at all with the scene that was happening, as well as the dream sequences. Dream sequences, honestly, they should have been scraped out of the movie because they were only used for like trailer hype, and I'm like, I can understand that, but if it doesn't have no significant purpose in the movie, why would you put it there? Alright, and then Wonder Woman. Well, actually, I'm gonna put Wonder Woman and Batman into this category. I think what the problem with that is that Wonder Woman and Batman did not get a lot of screen time, specifically Wonder Woman, because of the fact that Wonder Woman's in like 3 overall scenes, 3 or 4 overall scenes. One is when she basically steals Batman and Bruce Wayne's car after the whole altercation between Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. The other is when he finds out, like, yo, you look real suspicious right now, so I'm going to like follow you around. And then the other parts where it finally reveals that she's a metahuman along with a few other metahumans and whatnot. And again, like, I think it was cool, specifically the part about the metahumans, like discovering the metahumans and whatnot, because Bruce Wayne had got downloaded pretty much all of LexCorp's art files and stuff that was like being been hidden from the media and anything else, which was cool and all. But again, it made no. Well, I'll talk about the metahuman part in a minute. But Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman and Batman did not have a lot of screen time, and it sucks because like I said, I think Bruce Wayne. Okay, now I'm thinking these things. I'm doing one take though. Ben Affleck was a good Batman and pretty good Bruce Wayne. I think my problem with Bruce Wayne specifically though is that when it came to Ben Affleck's performance as Bruce Wayne, it didn't feel like a billionaire playboy. I mean, there's one specific scene where like, oh, I may have like 1 too many martinis and whatnot. but like he's like contemplating like billionaire playboy, billionaire pimp and stuff like that. But it just didn't feel like that, and I think because of the fact that I don't know, but my problem is that you're making a Bruce Wayne, not just a regular Bruce Wayne, a Dark Knight Returns Bruce Wayne in Ben Affleck, because of the fact that we're supposed to believe that Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne is in his like 40s or 50s or something, because he has the gray hair, he has the gray streaks in his hair, so we're supposed to be told that this is an older Bruce Wayne, yet he doesn't, which I can probably excuse, because maybe he's not the little old billionaire playboy no more. I mean, he's gotten older and gotten a lot more mature and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like it didn't feel like it was Bruce Wayne. Now it felt like Bruce Wayne whenever he was talking about Superman was like, look, this dude has the power to wipe out all of us. Somehow we have to stop him or something like that. And then with Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, again, she ain't getting enough screen time. And I think that's not. I can't blame Zack Snyder for that, or no, I blame the writers for that specifically because of the fact that Chris Terrio, the guy who wrote Argo, who came in and edited and did a lot of editing for the script. I feel that he didn't do that much of a job. I mean, it felt like David Goyer wrote all the stuff for that movie, and like at the last moment, Chris Terrio was like, dude, here, let me try to fix everything. Oh, no, too late. So, yeah, I want more Wonder Woman, which is the reason why I'm more excited about Wonder Woman, the movie that comes out, I think, next year or the year after. I'm more excited for that than I was Batman vs Superman, because again, when CW had its little like homage to DC and whatnot, and they showed off clips of Wonder Woman, it looked like it was gonna be really good. I feel as if Wonder Woman should have came first before Batman vs Superman, because we would have had a lot more information on what she was doing in Metropolis and whatnot. And now we have to wait until Wonder Woman, the movie, comes out to find out why she decided to come, or why she, leave after all those years and whatnot. So Wonder Woman, and I think what they should have changed was they needed more screen time for Wonder Woman, so to develop her character a little bit more, because her character did not get developed all that much, and I want more screen time for Batman, because I'm sorry, I felt as if it was more of a Superman movie than it was a Batman versus Superman movie. It didn't have a lot of Batman, and when it did, well, it had a lot of Bruce Wayne, not a lot of Batman, if you know what I mean. The first scene of the movie where you see Batman is when the dude gets branded, and then the next scenes are like, one was a dream sequence, then it's when Batman and Superman actually have an altercation for the very first time, when he's trying to go after the guys who are trying to get all that stuff to LexCorp. And then you finally see the scene where Batman fights Superman and so forth and so forth. So I wanted a little bit more Batman. I wanted a little more Batman action. I wanted him to. I did not need to have to wait for the fight between him and Superman, and then when his fight with the dude trying to save Superman's mama. Alright? The metahumans. Okay, so there's a specific scene in the movie in which, before Wonder Woman decides, you know what, I'm gonna help these fools because they fighting over bullshit. When Bruce finds out that she's a metahuman, because there's a picture of her back in World War I with Chris Pine's character. I don't remember the dude's name, but Colonel Daniels. We'll just call him Colonel Daniels for now. Or Colonel Kirk. Colonel Kirk. Yeah, that's better. Colonel Kirk and Wonder Woman and a few other dudes fighting World War I. You know, fighting a good fight. And you find out she's a metahuman. You find out she's Wonder Woman because she's been living for all this time. And then they go into more detail on the other metahumans that are on file and LexCorp. One of them being Barry Allen. Then there's Jason Momoa, and there's Victor Stone. If you don't know who Victor Stone is Cyborg from, Teen Titans, Justice League, and all that stuff. I feel as if that scene should not have been in the middle of the movie. I think that's the biggest problem, and is the one thing that I was afraid of. If I'm going off on a tangent, I think most of the things that I was afraid of about this movie happened. You saw that, right? I caught it. Most of the scenes that I was afraid of, or most of the things that I was afraid that DC was going to do and Zack Snyder was going to do, happened. When they fought Doomsday, Superman was going to die. How they were going to introduce more of the characters to lead it to the Justice League, because DC is trying to catch up with Marvel, even though Marvel is beating them to the punch, we'll talk about that later. But they had to have that one scene where you see Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, and whatever black guy they have playing Cyborg. You had to see their powers. Like you see Ezra Miller's Barry Allen going through a liquor store trying to get some milk and whatnot. You see some stuff happening. He's like, and cameras go out. You see Jason Momoa inside what looks like the Titanic, with his lustrous hair and whatnot. And then you see CGI Victor Stone and his dad. I swear to God, his dad is played by what's his face, the black dude from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Like, I swear to God that was that guy. I think they got Dyson. I think that his name was Dyson in the movie. I think that's his dad in that movie, in Cyborg. And I'm gonna laugh if it is. But you see what's going on with him and how he becomes Cyborg after losing his entire body. I think that scene alone should have been kept for post credits or after credits, because there is no after credits after the movie. After the movie is over and you see the credits, it's done. It's gone. It's nothing else. It's nothing left. Just go home. Scenes that are out of order, and then we just talked about that. The metahumans was part of the thing that was out of order. And then we have the script ending and Batman. We'll talk about Batman a little bit more. Let's talk about Batman first. So with Batman, like I said earlier, like I said in the previous video, if you were really bothered about Tim Burton's Batman's kill-death ratio, of how he blew up a chemical factory, killing all of Joker's henchmen, and probably polluting the air in Gotham, then started mowing down and killing all of Joker's henchmen, then killed one of the big dudes that he fought, and then let Joker die when he fell off the building, or on the helicopter while he's dangling and whatnot. Yeah, and then when you look at Dark Knight Returns specifically, when he's just straight up killing niggas, it doesn't hold honestly, it does not hold a candle to what happened with Ben Affleck's Batman. Ben Affleck's Batman, I see that they were trying to heavily influence it on the Dark Knight Returns, because in Dark Knight Returns, Batman does not care. Don't rent. He doesn't kill people, but he will mercilessly beat you within the inch of your life. That's what they were going for, and they did it, but they overkilled it because of the fact that Batman's whole thing is no guns, no killing, but I'm gonna drive this really souped up car with Gatling guns mounted in the front and missile launchers in the back and whatnot. And he's just straight murdering people, murdering them dead, running their cars off the road and whatnot. And then to make matters worse, when he gets in his Batjet, he starts gunning down Lex's dudes. And it's bro, weren't you the one who said no guns, no killing? It makes no sense. Oh, and he actually uses a gun in this movie. Because one of the guys from Captain America: The Winter Soldier, who's also in that one movie with Simon Pegg, and the unattractive Hemsworth brother, the one with the scar on his chin and whatnot, he's in it. He's supposed to be playing this Russian guy that Lex Luthor, hires to, be his bodyguard and whatnot. He's using a flamethrower gun, threatening to kill Mark Kent. Batman comes in, being Batman, straight up killing people every time he punches them, because let's just face it, the way Batman punches people, I swear up and down, he was killing them. He straight up punched a dude so hard, his whole head went into the ground, went through the ground, and it's you just murdered that dude. But I guess he's Batman. He can do whatever he wants. They're just sleeping. Don't worry, he's sleeping. Guns killed my parents. But yeah, and then Batman straight up shoots Homeboy's flamethrower and blows him up, saving Martha Kent. And it's like, okay, so apparently we're killing people now, Batman. Okay, but I will say this: I will give him credit. If you remember that, like I said, if you remember the scene, the still shot with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman in one scene, and you see Batman like holding that gun like an M4. He uses that in the fight against Superman, which I will talk about right now, because towards the ending throughout the fight, Batman finds out about the kryptonite and whatnot, because he broke into Lex's place, and the gun he's using shoots like grenades filled with kryptonite dust. It's like the equivalent of a smoke grenade, and it's the reason why he gets the upper hand on Superman in the trailers when he blocks Superman's punch and everything, and when he just basically goes to town beating Superman's ass. But one of my problems with the fight is that when it comes to Batman, you have 20 years of experience in being a vigilante and staying on your toes and whatnot. There's a specific scene during the fight in which Batman is straight up just punching Superman in the face, and then like next thing you know, his face is like boom, 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 and it's like, oh wait, he's getting his powers back. Batman, you should he should have timed it. The problem was he assumed that the gas cans were just gonna work, and he ain't timing. He's like, okay, this should take about 4 minutes, so I have 4 minutes to just straight up whoop this dude's ass. And then when his powers start to come back, take 5 steps back, shoot him in the face again, and start beating him up again. That made no sense because of the fact that Batman's supposed to be a great technician, and he's supposed to be on his toes at all times. And the fact that he was too stupid to realize that Superman was getting his powers back, and he just backed up slowly like, oh no, please don't do it. Bah! It's like, no, Batman wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that at all. Okay? That's just stupid. Batman's not a stupid character. He is smarter than any average DC character. DC superhero specifically. He's been outsmarted by Joker. I'll say that. Okay, and then we're gonna talk about the ending. I think we mentioned the script a little too much already. And we'll talk about the ending. So, at the end of the movie, Superman dies. Okay, because he's fighting fucking Doomsday, and which was something that I call from Jump Street. I call from Jump Street that Superman was gonna die towards this movie. How he's gonna die, not sure, but it was probably the most pussy way he's probably died in recent memory. During the fight with Doomsday, matter of fact, going back to the fight with Batman and Superman, Batman actually wields like a kryptonite staff, like it has the kryptonite blade on the tip of it, and he like, jams it into the earth, takes it out. He's gonna kill Superman with it until Lois comes up and is like, listen, Lex told him to kill you. I ain't talk about that. So, and this is my big problem with the movie, because it completely it pissed me off. Okay, so the reason why the whole fight between Batman and Superman happens is that Lex Luthor tells Superman to go kill Batman. Why? Because Lex Luthor has Martha Kent held hostage. Now, I can understand if you fly away so you can see that you did go to fight Batman, but at the same time, bro, you're faster than a speeding bullet. You can just simply grab Martha and leave. That's not rocket science. You're Superman, damn it. You could obviously, you get away from Lex so he won't see you, okay? And next thing you know, supersonic speed, boom, grab your mama, boom, you're done. Fuck Lex up, end of the movie, okay? Matter of fact, oh god, there's way too much I have to go back to do. Okay, because there's another scene, and I mentioned this in the in part one, where I said that Lex Luthor was being way too much of a Joker character, is because if you remember the scene in the first trailer to Batman vs Superman, after the Comic-Con trailer, from 2 years ago, the one where Ben Affleck's looking through like a newspaper and it says "You let your family die," and everyone assumed it was the Joker. No, it wasn't the Joker at all. It was Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor had sent that message to Bruce Wayne, which is the catalyst of them fighting. That and Lex actually. The other scene that happens that was changed, and I didn't even see it coming, was, if you remember the scene where Superman goes to trial, right, at the Supreme Court. It's not because of the fact that he caused like $1 billion worth of damage in Metropolis. It's because Batman's co-worker lost both his legs and is using an electrical chair that Lex Luthor gave him. And during the trial, when the senator is questioning not Batman, I keep getting confused. When she's questioning Superman, earlier in the movie, she had talked about like a jar of piss that you can call white peach juice or something like that. She sees the mason jar. She starts to freak out a little bit. Superman does not know what's going on, but then he looks at the dude who is like questioning him, or the dude with no legs. I think his name's Edgar or Matthew or something. And then the entire courtroom and the entire building that Superman is in blows the fuck up. Okay? Everyone dies, including the hot Asian secretary that Lex Luthor had. Don't get me wrong, I thought she was gonna be like one of like Lex's androids, because in the comic books Lex has a secretary who is like a cyborg chick. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. She was actually not bad looking. She was actually really cool. Like, I liked her. Like, that was the one thing that shocked me. I'm like, I didn't care about anything else, but her death is like, and she was saving Lex Luthor's seat. Even though he's the one who planned everything. He's like, wait, you couldn't tell your secretary, yo, you might not want to go in there. Matter of fact, come follow me. Let's go to Yogurtland and talk about our problems. Or let's go to Starbucks. I got my typewriter. I'll start writing my scripts because I'm just that hipster and whatnot. Okay, but that's how the whole fight happens, because, you know, Lex Luthor knows everything, and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to fuck with you and let your family die. So you're gonna go fight Batman, you're gonna take his head and bring it back to me, and maybe your mama might live. Okay? And now we're gonna talk about the ending. So in the ending, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman fight Doomsday. Batman knows that the kryptonite will affect Doomsday, and originally it was Wonder Woman and Batman fighting Doomsday because Superman tried to throw him into space. The government tries to nuke Doomsday from space, and he hits both. The nuke hits both of them, but Doomsday gets pissed, sends an entire shockwave into Gotham because they're now fighting in Gotham. So Gotham's getting all that property damage now, and Wonder Woman and Batman have to fend him off until Superman comes back. And there's actually a really cool scene, and I have to give credit to Zack Snyder. I will clap for you real quick, because I really, really liked that shot where Superman is in space, knocked out, and like his skin's all shriveled, because in The Dark Knight Returns, Superman stops a nuke from going off in Corto Maltese and goes up in space. It blows up, and like he's like old wrinkly dude, it's scared like a zombie. And then he touches all the sunflowers around him, and it slowly regenerates his skin and whatnot. Same thing happened in Batman vs Superman, and I really have to give props to that, because that effect was really, really spot on. So good job, Zack Snyder. But other than that, and then when everything's going down, all three of them are fighting Doomsday and whatnot. Lois finds out that kryptonite staff can be used against Doomsday, so she tries to go get it. And Superman saves her because she almost drowns, then goes into the water himself grabs it and realizes like, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'm gonna go kill this dude real quick though. So he's hovering at this point because the kryptonite is slowly killing him, and he stabs Doomsday. But then Doomsday has like this big claw and then just jams it into Superman's chest, leaving one big gaping hole. But Superman, like, before he dies, like, and just freaking takes that kryptonite staff and jams it all the way through, like in out. It was like an in out, inner outer, whatnot. And Doomsday dies and Superman dies. Then they have the funeral because the entire world finds out that Superman just died. Daily Bugle, the Daily Planet finds out that Clark was Superman. They have this whole glorious funeral. He's now an American hero and whatnot. You find out that he was going to propose to Lois if he was still alive. And then the last shot is Diana, who's Wonder Woman, and Bruce Wayne, Batman. They're there and it's like, we need to get the rest of those metahumans and form this, little team. Because I think the worst is yet to come. And he's like, I can feel it. And he goes to see Lex, and Lex has his head shaved because he's now in jail. And it's a strong hint. Well, it's not even a hint. It's already been said. Basically, Darkseid's gonna be the villain for Justice League Part 1 and Part 2. And Batman's gonna brand, Lex Luthor, but he doesn't. He brands the wall right next to him, and that's the end of the movie. After Superman, it's hinted that Superman is still alive because after Lois threw, some of the, soil onto his into his coffin, they start to rise up, and the screen cuts black. So Superman's still alive. So you'll see him again. Alright, and again, that's a problem. That's a major problem because now you're telling me that the main founders of the Justice League is now dead. I've said this before. I said it before when I saw the second trailer to the movie. I told my friend this too, that if they have Doomsday in this movie, they're going to kill him off like that. Like it, supervillains, well-known supervillains in DC die. The ones that shouldn't die, matter of fact. So you might not even see Doomsday in the Justice League movie, which I'm fine with. But now you're facing a dilemma in which Superman is now dead, and I think for that Superman should have never died. Matter of fact, it honestly, I would have been better if I would have been fine, or I would have accepted General Zod being the villain again. Like, the whole thing is Lex takes Zod's ship, starts doing stuff and whatnot, mutates Zod. Like, he straight up takes Zod, puts him in the ship, cuts his hand, puts the blood all over him, and then just starts to fuse his blood into Zod's blood, which makes Doomsday and whatnot. I would have been more. I would have been a lot. I think it would have been a lot better if Zod was the villain. Okay, but that's just me. Yeah, dude, like, the more I think about it, I feel as if all the positive things I said about the movie are outweighed by all the negative things I have to say about the movie. Again, like, and it's not like I'm saying this right now. I thought this movie is somewhat entertaining. I enjoyed watching it. It's the type of movie that I would put on in the background when I'm doing my homework or doing something else, like when I have guests over and whatnot. But I really hope that DC does learn their lesson about trying to rush things. Don't get me wrong, the movie did so well. It's made like millions and millions of dollars opening weekend. A 9.4 out of 10 on IMDb last time I checked. And even though Rotten Tomatoes gave the movie a 35% rating, it is still making tons of money because it is one of the biggest movies to come out this year, aside from Deadpool and various other movies. I just really hope that the next movie, which is gonna be Batman vs Superman, where you will see Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in one movie again, I hope it's a lot better, because although I find that their way of making this universe to be, entertaining or decent, they could have done a lot better. And again, it all comes down to the script. You can have a great director and an all-star cast of actors and actresses come together for one movie. However, if your script is shit, then your results are gonna be shit. Like, look at X-Men: The Last Stand. It doesn't matter if they had a new director. It was about the script. If your script's crappy, you're gonna have a crappy movie, no matter how big your star power is. With Batman vs Superman, even I was bothered by Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor, even though I blame the script. I think Ben Affleck did a really good job as Batman and Bruce Wayne. I think Gal Gadot, she can be a Wonder Woman. She can be a great Diane, in my opinion. She'll make a better Diane than a Wonder Woman. Henry Cavill, I love Henry Cavill. Excluding my problems with Man of Steel, Man of Steel has a ton of problems. Henry Cavill is the best Superman to date right now. Like, Christopher Reeve, Henry Cavill. That's all I have to say. Like, Henry Cavill is the best Superman we have right now. Ben Affleck did a great job. I really commend him. I feel bad for him because of the fact that he got interviewed, I think, a day or two ago after the movie got released, and he's like, he has a sad face Affleck. I feel bad for him because he did a really good job with the script. The script he got, he did a good job, and I commend him for that. But, yeah, I think I hit all my key notes. I think I might change my rating for this movie. Although I find it entertaining, although there are really good aspects of the movie, I think the script and I think, plot points and subplots, they should have been rewritten, gotten rid of, added, everything, it would have been a better movie. It really would have. Was I disappointed about the movie? No, because I knew exactly what I was walking into. Was I surprised by some of the things that I didn't see coming? Yes, of course. Like I said, I love the fight. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Okay, I wouldn't say love. I have a change of heart about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I still think that she does not fit the body of an Amazon, but that's a different story. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. Hopefully he does a good job. Hopefully he keeps doing a good job. I think that's it, guys. That's all I got on my notes. Please let me know if I missed anything. And yeah, and if you haven't yet, please make sure to hit that like button. Please give me any critiques. Critiques are really helpful on how I can do better reviewing and whatnot, and not go on tangents and stuff. And if you haven't yet, please make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitch as well, where I stream Fridays and Saturdays. Follow me on Twitter so I can keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing. Follow me on screwtack.com, where I just posted the first review of Batman vs Superman up there. And follow me on SoundCloud, where I do, whenever I do play fighting games, like on Fightcade, I will use my library to as background music. So yeah, I'm done. This is Reckless Fox. Peace out, and keep on wrecking things that are $20 or less. Trust me. Mage Key to Success. Destroy things that are under $20, because at least you can pay for it later.